Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
City News.
It's midday. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Citi Prime News, which is live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Morton Loop in Adabraka, Accra. The news is also live across the globe on citinewsroom.com, Citi 97.3 FM on Facebook, and CityTube on YouTube. I am Wilma Obuobi-Sakoman, and this afternoon I'm here with
Charles Owusu-Kumi.
Coming up over the next 1 hour, police in the Ashanti region on a manhunt for a man who allegedly stabbed a student of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology to death.
So there was a fight between them and the guy stabbed him with a knife. It was like a multiple stab.
Also coming up, 15 persons from Awoshi Mangwase arrested for blocking some sections of the Awoshi to Pokwase highway in protest of the incessant knocking down of pedestrians. Still ahead, over 600,000 final year junior high school students sit for 2023 Basic Education Certificate examination, which is underway across various examination centers in the country.
To wish all of you the best of luck, that at the end you'll be coming out with flying colors. We will wish that you do your independent work. We will wish, that's our wish.
And later, residents of Millennium City Sector 4 in the Central Region raised concerns over escalation activities of land guards in the enclave.
Here, land guards disturb a lot of people, and it's actually hampering development because as soon as someone starts to develop, they come in asking for digging fee.
Stay tuned as we bring you details of all that and more on the Citi Prime News, which is also live on all our affiliates across the country. In the Western region, we're live on Adrimpa 100.7 in Takwa and Beach 105.5 FM in Takrade. In the Bono region, we're on Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyani. In the Ashanti region, we're on Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi and Orange 107.9 FM also in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we're on Revival 99.3 FM in Tajewu and VOV Radio 95.7 in Hohwe. In the northern region, we are live on Radio Bimbala 91.9 FM. And in the upper east region, you're listening to us on Quality 88.7 FM in Garu. And in the upper west region, we're on Tungsong 97.3 FM in Wa and Jirapa 96.1 FM.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Many thanks for your time this afternoon. We'll settle for the details of our stories now. Police in the Ashanti region are on a manhunt for a young man who allegedly stabbed a 23-year-old student of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST, to death. The deceased, Lambert Frimpong, a second-year history and politics student, was reportedly stabbed multiple times during a disagreement with a friend at Kronom Kwapra in the Swami municipality. He passed away upon being rushed to a nearby hospital after the incident on Saturday. The deceased was preparing to return to school for his end of semester exams. Investigations are ongoing and the body has been deposited at the Konfanoche Teaching Hospital morgue. Assembly member for Kronom Kwapra, Pius Echampong, shared details of the incident to Citi News.
And this is the information that I gathered from the brother of the deceased. The brother is a student at the KNUST studying, I think, history and politics. And tomorrow, that's Monday, they'll be having their exams. So he told the family that he'll be leaving for school this Sunday. But there was this friend who happens to live around their area. And according to the brother, the friend has traveled. So he left his keys for the deceased to take care of the place for him. So when the deceased went there was this another friend who also came there, and nobody, actually know what happened. But according to one lady, there was this quarrel between the two friends, and the guy said if he doesn't take care, he will kill him. So there was a fight between them, and the guy stabbed him with a knife. It was like a multiple stab.
You heard the Assembly member for Kronom Kwapra, Pius Ichampong.
Now, about 15 residents of Awoshi-Mangwase in Accra have been arrested by the police for blocking some sections of the Awoshi-to-Pokwase highway. They were protesting the frequent incidents of vehicles running into residents on the stretch. The residents claim that about 45 individuals have suffered the experience this year. Speaking to Citi News, the residents urged authorities to install speed ramps and repair the malfunctioning traffic lights along the stretch.
From Banyard to the market, you have more than maybe about 30 to 10. Only three. Recently, traffic light now because of traffic light accidents happen over there. So don't you have anybody who's in charge of the traffic light? They should put the traffic lights for us as well. You have speed ramps on it. It's too low. For the speed ramps are the small white, that's what we have, and the middle one. So we want the higher one. And then we want the traffic light to be repaired for us. That's all. That's the only thing we need from Banyard to Abdul Market.
Say, plan overriding now.
Was there not a plan to build an overhead on this stretch? There is an overhead at Kwashiman. Why can't it be done at Waterworks? If I am knocked down by a car right now, they would accuse me of being drunk. Since the beginning of this year, 47 people have been knocked down on this stretch. We want this matter to get to the relevant authorities. We are fed up. Our loved ones are dying. We need an overhead.
Those were some residents of Awoshi-Mangwase protesting the frequent incidents of vehicles running into residents on the Awoshi-to-Pokwase highway.
Away from that, the president of the Ghana Bar Association, Yao Ichampong Boafo, has discredited perceptions that the association is silent on critical societal issues. The Ghana Bar Association has been criticized for what is said to be a dereliction of moral authority, especially under the Akufo-Addo government. While admitting that the association can do more, Yao Ichampong says his outfit has utilized closed-door opportunities with the president to speak on critical national issues. In an interview with host of the City Breakfast Show, Bernard Afle, Mr. Ichampong said the association exercised caution on contentious issues that were before the court.
At times, people should understand that every year since President Akufo-Addo took over, that's from Benson Nukchupu's time, the president makes sure when we send a request to him, we meet him. This is out of media thing, and discuss matters of state, and those are matters that maybe because these are normally held private, and everything that we want to tell the president, we tell the president. That was the subject matter of a ministerial. It was a commission, not a committee of inquiry headed by Justice Kumsan.
But does that prevent the association from stating a position?
Absolutely. A statement. Our voices may be like a Paramount Chief's umbrella. Others may have an Odikro umbrella, so they can get away with the gaff. Some center for this can get, but we cannot. I don't want to be the first bar president that brings X on the face of the bar. So we have to be very cautious. Now, if you look at Kennedy Japan's one, immediately he made that statement. We heard that Justice Wuni had kick-started the contempt processes against him. Then that becomes a sub judice matter. So, Bernard,
Yao Ichampong Boafo also accused the media of failing to amplify its voice when it spoke on the rights of the media and the protection of journalists.
It's a GBA conference, so I guess that the speech of the bar president will reflect the position of the GBA. condemned the, we had dropped on the World Freedom
rankings significantly,
and attacks on pressmen specifically, only for everybody to report on the Attorney General's speech, as if the Attorney General was the main pointers. And the bar supposed to have kept quiet. And I was like, the bar conference, it's the most important meeting of the GB. You had everybody there. The President of the Republic was sitting just two. The Attorney General was sitting next to me. Everybody was there. Condemned attacks on media freedoms and erosion of it. The next time I heard Attorney General says John Mahama should not have gone to court. The bar doesn't have its we don't have. And for me, I was like, I'm accused of being in bed with the government. Now I come out of the bed to the living room to speak to the media, and they didn't want to listen.
Yahweh Champon Boafo is president of the Ghana Bar Association.
The African Centre for Parliamentary Affairs, ACEPA, has called on the leadership of Parliament to find a more severe punishment, such as docking of salaries of absentee MPs. According to ACEPA, the current measure of hauling MPs to the Privileges Committee after being absent for 15 days without permission has not worked. In an assessment of the just-ended meeting of Parliament, the Executive Director of ACEPA, Dr. Rashid Draman, tells Citi News that absenteeism in the House is contributing to the erosion of public confidence in the legislature.
The absence of the minority in the House because of the boycott that we have seen, it affected the work of the House in many ways. Quorum was affected on many occasions and so on. The ruling party also took advantage of the absence of the minority from the House to also absent themselves, because when you take your cameras into the House each time there's a meeting, you realize that not only the side of the minority that is vacant and empty, I think the majority side also. So related to that is the whole issue of absenteeism. That has been, if you like, the continuous kind of low in almost every sitting of Parliament. I don't know how Parliament is going to cure that. I have said many times that the current approach doesn't work, which is take people to the Privileges Committee, they absent themselves 15 times. It hasn't worked. It hasn't helped our country.
In a related development, Dr. Draman said he was impressed by the impact of the private members' bills that had helped to partially replace the death penalty and legislate against witchcraft accusations. He was particularly also impressed with the progress made in the revision of Parliament's standing orders.
For the first time in about 20-something years, Parliament has been able to make significant progress. I mean, it's not concluded yet, but significant progress when it comes to the standing orders of Parliament. Over the years, just like our Constitution, the standing orders have not been responsive. The dynamism of parliamentary business and the changes in the political landscape of our country. There have been efforts, Parliament after Parliament, to get this done, and that has not been possible. I mean, our centre invested a lot of resources. Ghana did same, CDD did same, at different stages in our democratic journey. Parliament, I think, has to be commended, the leadership of Parliament, particularly in this sitting that has just ended, for making this possible. And what the standing orders are going to do, as I have said over and over, the fact that at least they will reset the power dynamic in Parliament. First time we are going to see some committees chaired by parties that are not in power. The proposal, for instance, to have appointments committee chaired by somebody not from the ruling party, I think is one that we need to celebrate.
You heard the Executive Director of the African Centre for Parliamentary Affairs, Dr. Rashid Draman.
Now, over 600,000 final year junior high school students set for the 2023 Basic Education Certificate examination, which is underway across various examination centers in the country. In the Eastern region, personnel from the Ghana Police Service, National Investigations Bureau, and some external invigilators have been deployed to deal with all issues of examination malpractice which may arise at various BEC centers in the new Joabing South Municipality. A total of 2,488 candidates from 76 basic schools are currently sitting for the Basic School Certificate Examination BEC at 4 examination centers in Koforidua. According to the Municipal Director of Education, Mustafa Haruna Pia, adequate measures have have been put in place to prevent exams malpractice at all centres in Koforidua. He spoke to City News after inspecting the examination centres.
To be strict in allowing them to enter their classroom. They should search them and see if they have any other foreign materials. They should just take it from them. And we've also spoken with the children. Last week, we went around school to school, spoke with the candidates as the implication associated with examination malpractices. And we believe they've listened and they won't exhibit anything untoward. And going around, we could see that their confidence level is high. It shows that there wouldn't be any examination malpractice based on what we have done on the ground. And then we also know that the BNI and other security operatives are also around, so they know. We've told them that anybody who misbehaves and then the law catches up with that person, they will deal with that person mercilessly. So they should comport, and they have listened, and they always listen, and so we know they will abide by what we have told them.
Mustafa Haruna Apia is New Jabing South Municipal Director of Education in the Eastern Region. Now, 13 students from the School of Deaf are taking part in this year's BEC in Koforidua. Meanwhile, some students who have been speaking to City News after writing their first paper expressed optimism about coming out with flying colours and expect no hitches in the subsequent papers.
About the first paper, at first we thought it would be very difficult because of what people have been saying about BEC. But as we have also experienced it ourselves, we are seeing it shall be well. With God, everything is possible. Well, the marking will favor us, and so we'll come out with flying colours.
Very cool. It wasn't bad. So the next paper, I want it to be the same. We are expecting the same paper.
It wasn't difficult at all. It was very easy. Like if you have learned, you have been it has been more easy for you to do it. It wasn't difficult for me. When I saw the question, I was even happy, and I was able to write, and I'm sure I'll pass it.
You had some candidates of the ongoing BEC in the Eastern Region.
We'll stay with the BEC at Efiakwesimintim in the Western Region. 3,265 candidates from 99 public and private schools are taking this year's examination at the Takoradi Technical University and Takoradi Secondary School exam centres. When the City News team arrived at the Takoradi Technical University campus, some school teachers and candidates could not locate their exam centres with 3 minutes to the start of the religious and moral education paper. Speaking to City News on the conduct of the exams, the Efiakwesimintim Director of Education, Catherine Baini, said the initial difficulties with candidates had been addressed.
Materials distributed to the various centres. Being the first day, we have problem with candidates looking for their centres, and that is what we are sorting out. But everything is set. We are waiting for the papers to come so that we start work at 9 o'clock.
They are supposed to start at 9?
Yes.
So we are not behind time?
No.
Yeah. But what are the issues with the few people who are saying that they've not been allocated a room?
No, they all have it. You know, TTU, school is in session, so they just gave us premises that will cater for the number of candidates that are coming here. So the centers are scattered. We can't have them all in one place. So locating, especially if you don't know the terrain, you will be having it difficult to locate. So they will be sorted out. Invigilators will take them there. The supervisors will also direct them as to where to write it.
Catherine Baini is the Efiakwesimintim Director of Education.
Now, in the Northern Region, the Municipal Director of Education in the Nanumba North Municipality, Paul Kwame Agbevo, has tasked the candidates to be confident as they take the week-long exam. He also warned them against exam malpractice and said that their papers would be cancelled if caught.
Today is the day that you'll be tested for the 3 years that you have been in the JSS. You'll be writing exams all this while. It is not different from what you are coming to write today. Today we have in the municipality 2,234 of you who are coming to write this exam. We have 1,218 being boys and 1,016 females, that's girls. And the entire northern region, we have 31,534 students writing these exams. So I want to encourage you to have confidence in yourself and do away with cheating. Cheating will not help you. Do independent-minded work, and you can be sure you'll come out with flying colors. You don't allow somebody to throw papers to you. You don't even know what they have written in the paper, and you foolishly also copy. You don't even know what they have written for you. So I want to encourage you to do independent work. And I can assure you that at the end of the day, you are coming to come up with aggregate 1111.
That was the Municipal Director of Education in the Nanumba North Municipality, Paul Kwame Agbevo. Now, the Municipal Chief Executive for Nanumba North, Abdullahi Yakub, visited students in the area and extended his best wishes to the candidates.
Nobody should be frightened. Or you are frightened? No. Don't be afraid of anything. Don't fear anything at all. It is the same question you've been answering, the same questions that will be appearing in the examination starting from today. Is that okay? I stand on behalf of the Minister, Ghana Education, Ministry of Education, and the Director General, Ghana Education Service, to wish all of you the best of luck. That at the end, you'll be coming out with flying colors. We will wish that you do your independent work. We will wish. That's our wish. Because if you copy, if there's a friend sitting beside you, you write the same thing as a person. When I'm marking, I will realize that this is a copy work. And I will mark you down. I know there are potentials. All of you over here are potential single-digit grade holders. I know. And that is our wish. And it will remain our wish. On this note, again, I wish you all the good of luck in your examination from today till Friday.
You heard the Municipal Chief Executive for Nanumba North, Abdullahi Yakub.
Now, in the Greater Accra region, some of the candidates who are sitting the exam say that they are hopeful of an exceptional performance as the exams begin today. They've been speaking to Citi News.
It's tense, but I just relax myself and do what I'm supposed to do. Because if I try to let the tension get to me, it will disrupt what I'm trying to write. So I'm just calm.
Okay, so what are your expectations after the BC?
I'm planning to do well and surprise my parents.
As for this paper, I find that paper is good, but I believe in God too. It will go well.
So what are you expecting? Your grade?
I'm expecting grade 1 or 2 from this paper.
There was some small fear in me, but there's no fear in me.
So what are your expectations? You have your second paper coming up. That's the English language.
I wrote the questions from other papers will be that easy, like the
Some supervisors have also been sharing their views on the conduct of the exam so far.
Currently, I'm monitoring 2 schools here, MESPA and Pesano. So I'll be here this morning. When they finish the first paper, then I'll move to MESPA for the afternoon paper. The teachers have done their best, and the children are poised for the exam. They are calm. Some are a bit nervous, but I believe by tomorrow they'll be okay. So far, so good. There's no problem. Everybody's present.
So far, so good. It's been the end of the first paper, RME, and from my observations, I realized things worked the way they should have. Organization, everything was on point. We hope it continues like this without any challenges. Since it's the first day, I don't think we've yet encountered any challenge. And we pray not to encounter any challenge. And we're also expecting the children to give out their best, most especially do away with this tension of rights they have in them. But I'm very sure RME has done justice to that. It's actually relieved them of all these tensions and all that. But we're expecting the best from them. We pray they give out their utmost best and then come up with flying colors.
You heard some supervisors of the ongoing BECE here in Accra. Earlier, you heard some of the candidates sharing the experience of the exam so far.
Now, 26 juveniles from Juvenile Correctional Center Jawolu in Accra are expected to write this year's BEC. Despite facing challenges in acquiring adequate teaching and learning materials, the senior officer in charge at the Correctional Center, Deputy Director of Prisons, Millicent Owusu, affirms her unwavering belief that the juveniles possess the ability to excel in their exams.
We have trained teachers in custody with us at the center, and when it's getting to examination time like this, we try to invite the education unit from the Ayawaso district to come and talk to them, give them the requisite information that they need to be able to go on and face the examination with courage and enthusiasm. So the officers are always with them. They teach them. They meet them every morning to discuss past questions and other things so that they'll be abreast with what is happening outside the world, so that they'll be able to write the exams as the other people too are doing. And when I say the other people, I mean those who are not in custody, the ordinary students.
You had the senior officer in charge of the Juvenile Correctional Center at Jolu, Deputy Director of Prisons, Millicent Owusu. You're still listening to the City Prime News live from our studios at Adabraka in Accra. Still ahead in the bulletin, youth in Bimbala in the northern region hit the street in protest over the strike by nurses at the Bimbala Hospital over the lack of water. We'll bring you details of this and others shortly. Do stay with us.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Get ready to witness a remarkable fair to showcase the rich diversity, talent, innovation, and mastery of made in Ghana products and services with the This Is Ghana Exhibition 2023. Citi TV and Citi FM will allow you to immerse yourself in a vibrant showcase of authentic Ghanaian products and services in the biggest trade fair and exhibition for local SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing industries, homegrown businesses, and indigenous corporate bodies Ghana has ever seen. We shall promote, support, and patronize various Ghanaian products, solutions, and services that are redefining the views on indigenous products and their packaging across all sectors. Join us at the Accra Metropolitan Assembly on the 26th and the 27th of August 2023 at 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m. each day. Call us now on 0205-973-973 for inquiries on how to participate. The This Is Ghana exhibition is powered by Citi TV and Citi FM and proudly sponsored by MTN Momo, Nalo Solutions, and Pan-African Savings and Loans. Citi TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117, and on HD+, get us on channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search, but take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Citi TV. Citi TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and HD+ boxes. Citi TV, it's your world.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Many thanks for your time. Now, residents of Millennium City Sector 4, situated on the border of Goma East District in the Central Region, are deeply concerned about the escalating activities of land guards in the enclave. These land guards have been reported to demand various fees, including a digging fee and compensation in certain instances, which has drawn disapproval from the Goma East Assembly. Residents who fail to comply with their demands have faced severe consequences, including property destruction. In this regard, our Central Regional Correspondent Calvis Tete brings you a detailed report on the rising tension and challenges posed by these land guards in Millennium City Sector 4. We'll bring you that insert shortly, but Charles brings some other stories.
Let's now do some politics. The National Democratic Congress says it is disappointed with the decision of the Council of State to throw out its petition seeking to withdraw the appointment of two newly appointed officials of the Electoral Commission. The NDC argues that the two EC appointees, Dr. Peter Piahini and Hajia Salima Ahmed Tijani, are not qualified as a result of their political affiliation to the governing New Patriotic Party. The Council of State firmly stated that a recommendation for approval of the nominees cannot be reviewed. But speaking to City News, the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Mustafa Gbande, said the party provided the Council of State with evidence which supports their claim and are surprised at the response.
We have stated that there were some issues
for which we held those constituents. Such issues are political. Some are very strategic and administrative reasons. Mostly able to deal with the issues that will place the chances of the party high in those constituencies if we proceed to hold the primaries. And I think we have so far resolved those issues and believe that we have a green light now to proceed with the primaries. We have 18 constituencies outstanding. We have cleared 10 constituencies so far who have been notified duly, and they have picked, some have picked their all have picked their nominations. Most of them have. The Council of response to our letter was a bit surprised to us. Whereas we were giving them better and better particulars of the tendency of bias and to the extent of the credibility of the supposedly appointed commissioners, the Council of State was addressing issue of capacity and capability. We never questioned the capacity and capability of the commissioners. We provided better and better particulars, which was a primary requirement of the Council of State to undertake before they advise the president to do a due diligence on the potential commissioners. And so the Council of State clearly has failed to do due diligence on the commissioners and advise the president in bad faith. For us, we are shocked that the Council of State tried to play and to toy with such a critical matter that borders on the credibility and strengthening the independence of the Electoral Commission towards 24 elections. Their decision is not just in bad faith, it is also a recipe for chaos, and that should not be coming from a well-respected body as Council of State.
Mustafa Gbande is the Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress.
Now we'll bring you the report filed by our Central Regional Correspondent Calvis Tete, where he speaks on the rising tensions and challenges posed by land guards in Millennium City Sector 4 in the Central Region.
According to residents of Millennium City Sector 4, one leg in the Gomwa East District of the Central Region, the activities of these land guards is disturbing the peace of the area. Residents live in fear of the unknown hoodlums who mostly visit mayhem on them. Occasionally, they demand digging fees from developers. Owners of already finished structures are not spared the wrath of these land guards as they demand compensation from them whenever they embark on renovation works. The presence of these land guards, residents say, has resulted in petty theft in the community.
One, the land guardism. We have been trying as much as possible to combat this land guard of a team. Whenever you are building, they will come to take the properties that you are using in building. Elston these days, they said you will pay up to 30,000, of which I don't know what it is for. Some say you will pay for what we call a compensation. And the government have put a stop on all this land guardism, but still, they still went ahead to come and harass the residents, which we are really calling on the government to come to our aid. The rate of crime in our community is really, really high.
Here, land guards disturb a lot of people, and it's actually hampering development because as soon as someone starts to develop, they come in asking for digging fee. And even lately, they've even changed the terminology from digging fee to compensation.
Apart from the land guard activities in the area, residents say the lack of proper drainage system in the area is negatively affecting them. This is because part of the community always gets flooded anytime it rains. The residents, through communal labor, have managed to construct a bridge across a river that passes through the community, but that has not resolved the issue as they face more threats. During the rainy season, the entire community gets flooded, preventing children from going to school. Some even get stuck in their homes for days until the rain settles. Here are some residents speaking to City News about their challenges.
We have bad roads. Our roads are very bad. And then we have drainage issues in the community. Whenever it rains, we have serious flooding in the community, which cut off students, workers, and everybody living in this community. Whenever it rains, the roads flood up. Cars cannot move towards the bridge that you came from. You realize that people would have to use other routes instead of the main routes that is designated for them. And then students have to use makeshift bridges to go to school and all that. And then we, the inhabitants of the area, we cannot go out. Whenever it rains, you have to stay indoors. Or whenever it rains and you are not there, you have to get a guest house or something to sleep in. You cannot come home.
When it rains here, the roads are not accessible. You go here, you can imagine the bridge that we are behind. It's not the bridge that goes to somebody's home. It's a main road. So whoever is passing here, the time we use communal labor to construct that road. Whoever is passing here will testify to what I'm saying. Whenever it rains, if not this bridge that we finally put up, it will be dangerous. You yourself coming here as a media.
It's alarming.
You don't have any basic amenities in this community. We don't have water, we don't have roads, we don't have security, we don't have anything. But we all rely on these tankers to survive when it comes to water.
No water in this community.
There's no pipe water in this community. When it comes to security, once a month before you hear this patrol team comes around in the night, because they don't, even the police, they don't have the logistic. So they can't do much. And you see our road. This is the only access road to our community. And this has been done by the community themselves. By then, I was the chairman. We did this ourselves. So today, even the road you see, we have to buy gravels, fill it. When it rains, it washes away. So we don't have anything. And we are exhausted. We all know the situation of the country now. The pocket is no good.
Some members of the community have formed an association to help them fight for development from the central government. But chairman of the association is strongly advocating for the transition from a district to a municipal status to allow for more support from the central government.
About the drainage, we even wrote at a point to the Minister of Works and Housing, which per our internal checks, the minister referred our letter to the Hydrological Services Department. Per the instruction of the minister, we haven't seen any action or even a phone call from the Hydrological Services people. And then about the drainage, we've also engaged Assembly, trying to seek their help. Financially, we are not getting any support. So we wanted Assembly to at least give us a design of the drainage, so that it wouldn't be like we are doing things on our own. And we should go by the professional standards, which will stand the test of time. We contacted Assembly, we brought them in, but unfortunately the Assembly has not been able to give us any support in that case. Now, per the last census, Gomoa is population even deserves to no longer be a district assembly per the population census. We qualify to be a metropolitan, if I'm not mistaken. So the government should look at that. And when we become a metropolitan assembly, there are some of the things that the government will take up automatically. So the government should look at that. Yes, we want to be reclassified from a district to the metropolitan based on the requirements for that in the population census details.
I am here at One Leg in the Gomoa East District of the Central Region. This particular bridge is one of the bridges within the community. According to community members, when it rains, the situation gets worse in the sense that the bridge overflows its banks and destroys properties in this community. Residents, through communal labor, managed to construct this bridge to aid them. They are saying that they need help from the central government. Quite apart from that, they also struggle with access to water. This is making life difficult for residents here. Their worry is that this very bridge will be fixed or expanded and the gutters constructed to ensure that the rain flows when it rains. Calvis Tete, City News, Gomoa East.
Now, the youth of Bimbilla are, for the second time in less than a week, demonstrating, asking for the removal of the medical superintendent and other frontline administrators of the Bimbilla Hospital. The hospital has been shut down for a week following disconnection of water to the facility. Nurses at the facility, as a result, are on a sit-down strike over the unavailability of water. The situation has angered residents in Bimbilla who today staged another demonstration. One of the organizers of the demonstration, Fuseni Awal, presented a petition to the Municipal Chief Executive for Nanumba North, Abdullah Yakub.
A lot of issues the 2 or 3 officers in the hospital has taken us for granted. As we speak now, the medical superintendent and the district health director, they have no peace among themselves. They don't talk. And with these 2 officers, could not even sit and decide or discuss the development of the hospital. It means nothing, no development can come to the hospital. As we speak now, they said they don't have money to pay the water bill. That leads to the disconnection of the water system in the hospital. But they have money to do painting and those things. This is a petition presented by concerned citizens of Nanu. In fact, the petition against the medical superintendent, the hospital accountant, the hospital stores, and the hospital advisory board at the Bimbilla Hospital. We, the coalition of concerned youth group of Nanu, hereby express our deep concern and dissatisfaction with the action and behavior of the current Bimbilla government hospital accountant, medical superintendent, the hospital storekeeper, and the hospital advisory board. We believe that their action and decisions have seriously detrimental impact on the quality of health provided to the community.
On his part, the MCE for Bimbilla appealed to the youth to exercise restraint as their concerns are addressed.
You're still listening to the Citi Prime News live from our studios at Adabraka in Accra. Still ahead in the bulletin. Citi News can confirm Tamale International Airport is undergoing test runs ahead of official commissioning this month. We'll bring you details of that shortly. Do stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Happy birthday to you. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Throughout all life-changing moments such as graduations, weddings, funerals, birthdays, ATL is there to ensure you're never out of style. When you think fabric, think ATL. Log on to atlfabrics.com. Order and buy your favorite ATL fabric. You can also visit our shop at number 40 Kwame Nkrumah Avenue, opposite the Swansea Shopping Arcade at Accra Central. Also available in leading fabric dealer shops in Accra, Kumasi, and Cape Coast. ATL, bringing fabric to life.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. We'll take you to the northern region because Citi News can confirm that the Tamale International Airport is undergoing test runs ahead of the official commissioning this month. The $70 million Phase 2 project was originally scheduled to be completed for commissioning by August 2022. Passengers who landed at the airport were pleasantly surprised to arrive at the much modern facility, which is a sharp contrast to the old iconic military airport that also served civilian purposes. Citi News' Caleb Kuda reports.
When I landed in Tamale last week, I was expecting to be received at the old airport terminal, even though I knew the new facility was supposed to have been completed and commissioned last year. I wasn't expecting to be at the new terminal because I knew of some delays. But a pleasant surprise it was, not only for me, but the other passengers who were ushered into
First of all,
the
we're
new
pioneering
terminal.
here because we are the very first passengers to use the International Tamale Airport. So we're very excited because it's beautiful. And we're staring at these big, large glasses. Everything is clean. Everything is functioning. We flew in yesterday and we're flying back to Accra now. And it's not comparable to the first airport because the first airport didn't even have, what's another thing?
Carousel.
The carousel. You had to pick up your bags if they arrived from the ground. Whereas this meets international standards.
But this is
it's better than Lagos. In all honesty.
He doesn't want to put that on.
No, I love to hear that. Go ahead. I mean, the runway lights are not stolen. I mean,
But on another note, I think this is an incredible initiative. It's good infrastructure. It's not comparable to the first one because the first one wasn't actually an airport in the first place. But this is good. It's clean. It's useful. And I hope it's going to be
pleasant. Let's hope Kumasi is next.
I'm here at the new Tamale terminal. It's been good so far. Spacious. We didn't have to queue long to check in. And I think the security measures that they are taking place, they actually put me down there just to check what's in my bags, But so far it's been good.
I am a regular user of the Tamale airport. I am almost always in the northern region. I work in Accra, but I'm also a politician, so I have to always be in my constituency. By that, I'm always supposed to leave almost every fortnight. I'm in my constituency, so it's a regular place for me. In terms of the experiences, I've just come here. This is the first time I'm staying here. I came on Friday, and I came through the old one. Today I'm living through the new one. The difference is there, is glaring.
In September 2024, work commenced on the upgrade and expansion of the Tamale Airport into an international status. The development was in two phases. The first phase involved the upgrade and extension of the runway from 2,438 meters to 3,940 meters, making it longer than the Kumasi International Airport. Construction of a new apron and taxi link, rehabilitation of existing apron, and the installation of aeronautical ground lighting systems. Tamale Airport now serves as an alternate to Kotoka International Airport and has the capacity to handle wide-body aircraft in the event of an emergency at the KIA. The expected features of the terminal building after completion include a VIP lounge, 2 boarding gates, 4 self-purpose terminal to include 4 self-service check-in kiosks, 8 check-in desks, airline offices, commercial retail areas, a multi-purpose terminal to include Hajj travel facilitation, and a 5-kilometer road network, among others. The benefits of the new Tamale International Airport are enormous, and my colleague passengers couldn't help counting.
To more people getting employed, and now we have a bigger size here as airport, and so we are likely to have more airlines coming through here, even domestic. When I came here, I took the opportunity to talk to a few people who are around, and they were telling me that they have information that additional airlines were even about to join the domestic airlines, but because of the nature of the airport, they were not airport company. Ghana Airport was not licensing them or was not giving them the green light. With this airport now, chances are those airlines will all be allowed to come on board, and that will even lead to a reduction in the fares, and so we are likely to reap some benefit out of that, and more of our people will also be employed to work in various areas.
From the Tamale International Airport, my name is Caleb Kuda for Citi.
Let's now head to the Eastern Region. Teachers of a Brigel Senior High School in the Akuapem South Municipality are appealing to government to fast-track payments to the contractor who built a 16-flat teachers' bungalow in the school. The project, which was first awarded in 2016 and commenced in 2017, has since been completed for close to 3 years, but is yet to be handed over by the contractor for use by the teachers. Citi News' Neilni Amate Kanoku visited the project site and reports that the structure waiting to be used has started deteriorating.
A Brigel Senior High School, established in 1946, has since its inception seen to the nurturing of a number of influential women in the Ghanaian society. Striving on excellence, successive management have seen to keeping standards through devotion and commitment at all levels by all relevant stakeholders over the past years. However, there's a looming danger which may threaten the gains made over the years if not immediately addressed. Inadequate staff accommodation has been identified as a major concern which may affect the performance of the students in the upcoming West Africa Secondary School Certificate Examination, WASSCE. Out of the over 2,000 students on campus now made up of first and third year, only a handful of teachers are residing on campus, taking care of their security, discipline, and well-being. Majority of the staff who are without accommodation are stationed outside campus. More than 21 teachers of the school currently reside outside campus, with some moving from Koforidua and Accra to Ebri daily, spending more than 6,000 Ghana cedis on rent annually, a situation they say is affecting their delivery as they always miss first 30 minutes of morning classes. Surprisingly, there's a completed 2-bedroom 18-flat facility waiting to be handed over by the contractor to management of the school for use 3 years after the project was completed. City News visit to the facility saw the 2-bedroom 18-flat facility completed and fitted, but the structure has begun deteriorating with some visible cracks and the painting on 2 structures wearing off. Some worried staff of the school who spoke to City News on condition of anonymity for fear of being victimized shared their frustrations and pleaded with the Ministry of Education to immediately intervene.
Our challenge is that most of the teachers are staying outside. And fortunately, we've had the government coming in to construct such edifice, 18-unit, 2-bedroom bungalow for teachers. And what we are asking the government to do is that we know they've done well for Ebri girls. We are appealing to the government to talk to the contractor once the project has come to an end, to hand over the project to the school so that once teachers are around, they can assist in terms of security for the girls, and academic work will also go on successfully. From what I know, it was completed in 2021. So it has been almost 2 years. And the contractor has not handed over the keys to the school. That's what I know.
So what has been your challenge with regards to accommodation outside?
In fact, teachers are suffering, those who are staying outside. We spend every year 6,000 in renting rooms in Ebri. Every month they take 500 cedis. So when you multiply by 12 months, you are talking about 6,000. So if this edifice or bungalows will be given to teachers, it will relieve us of financial issues, and it will go a long way to assist us.
Oh, okay, yes. We are worried as teachers because this facility has been here for the past 6 to 7 years. In fact, we first have to thank the government for responding to our needs in the first place. Somewhere 2017, Ebri Girls was in dire need of teachers' accommodation. And then we asked the government responded positively. And this edifice that you see, which is about 16 flats, a 2-bedroom 16 flat for teachers. So that was open for us, that was built for us to stay. But up till now, as we speak, teachers are not residing in it. And it's affecting academic work because most of the teachers reside in Accra, they reside in Koforidua and the other nearby communities. Our class begin as early as 7. How would they get here at that 7? Cumulatively, when I'm late for consistent 30 minutes for a semester, it adds up to so many hours, which affects them. And so we are pleading that government should come to our aid.
Meanwhile, the headmistress of the school, when contacted, refused making comments. But the assemblyman for the Ebri West electoral area, Daniel Esiama, who went on his knees during an interview with City News on the issue, pleaded with government to take immediate action to make the structure operational to lift the accommodation burden off the shoulders of the teachers.
And I thank government for this nice project you have done for Ebri Girls Secondary School. But what I can say, I think the contractor is saying the government will some amount, some percentage. So I just want to tell government, any percentage the contractor say he's only, I'm going my knees to the government to pay the contractor. I'm thinking about how the teachers are coming to me every day, saying like they want rooms and the staff, and they find it difficult to get the room. Some teachers are from Accra to every day to come and teach the students and the staff. So I think the government should come in, because the structures are there. You have my here telling me like it's 18 rooms or what's up, 18 rooms. So I think the government should come should come in to help. The 18 rooms can afford some more teachers. Those they are coming from Accra every day to get a room. I think here, if you want to rent a room, if you don't have like 500 CD there, you cannot get a nice room.
As you can see, this is the state of this accommodation structure for teachers of Abri Girls Senior High School. Now, the contractor has finished his work, but is here to hand over this particular structure to government for onward handing over to the school. Now, teachers continue to pay huge sums of money to rent accommodation outside campus. A situation they say is affecting quality teaching and learning. They are devoted to give out all their best to ensure these kids graduate successfully, but as they continue to rent outside, it's taking away academic time. For Citi News, Neo Ni Amati Kanaku, Abri Girls Senior High School.
Now, a nutritionist at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, Frederica Sewa-Doku, is advocating that corporate institutions provide a conducive environment for nursing mothers at the workplace. This is in reaction to concerns by health professionals over the declining culture of exclusive breastfeeding by mothers. According to health experts, many mothers who work in the private sector are resorting to providing babies with other products rather than the required breast milk. Health experts say it is unsafe and can cause malnutrition in growing babies. Speaking on the Breastfeeding Week theme, Let's Make Breastfeeding at Work, Frederica Sewa-Doku said institutions must put in place measures like creating rooms for nursing mothers at work to check the trend.
Many times, corporate women want to breastfeed their babies, but they are not able to do it as much as they would like to because they have to return to work after 3 months. The leave is not enough for them. And then when you get to work, most of the organizations do not have a space, or the environment is not breastfeeding friendly. So it becomes difficult for women to breastfeed. But then breast milk is the optimum nutrition for every baby, especially for the first 6 months. It's crucial. Whereby mothers are not able to breastfeed and they have to introduce formula feeds and all that. It go against the baby's nutrition and then health and the growth of the child. There are instances where mothers will be forced to introduce solids at 4 months when babies are not supposed to. The reason why we are saying that it is not helpful is that the baby's digestive system is not fully developed and cannot break down the foods and the nutrients out of it.
Frederica Sewa-Doku is nutritionist at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studios at Adabraka in Accra. Now, some stories we've been bringing you. Police in the Ashanti region on a manhunt for a man who allegedly stabbed a student of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology to death. We also brought you a story where 15 persons from Awoshi Mangwase arrested for blocking some sections of the Awoshi to Pokuase highway in protest of the incessant knocking down of pedestrians, and also over 600,000 final year junior high school students are sitting for this year's basic education certificate in examination across the country. Charles will bring us some other stories.
The National Democratic Congress parliamentary hopeful for the Okaikwe Central Constituency, Abdullahi Abu Sadiq, has expressed hope that candidates sitting for the basic education certificate examination in his district will pass with distinction. He emphasized this in an interview with Citi News during his visit to some centers in the area, where he advised parents to ensure their wards prepare adequately for the examination.
Well, that's all time would allow us for on today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studios at Adabraka. We're also live on our affiliates across the country. In the Western region, we're live on Adrimpa 100.7 FM in Takwa and Beach 105.5 FM in Takrade. In the Bono region, we're live on Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyani. In the Ashanti region, we're on Focus 94.3 FM and Orange 107.9 FM, all in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we're on Revival 99.3 FM in Tajiwu and VOV Radio 95.7 in Hohoi. In the northern region, you're listening to us on Radio Bimbila 91.9 FM. And also in the Upper East region, we're on Quality 88.3 FM in Garu. And in the Upper West region, we're on Tungsong 97.3 FM in Wa and Japa 96.1 FM. You can log on to our website, citynewsroom.com, for more stories. I'm Wilma Obubisa-Coleman, and this afternoon I was here with
Charles Owusu-Kumi.
Many thanks for doing the listening. Up next is the afternoon's edition of the City Business News. Have a good day.
City 97.3.